Hello, welcome back to another video. We are doing the next lesson with volume. We did volume with cylinders yesterday, and today we're going to do volumes with cones, and we are on Chapter 8, Lesson 2. Your assignment today was page 600, numbers 1 through 6, and page 601, 2 through 8 even. So with today, taking the volume of a cone, much like yesterday, make sure you have that formula written down somewhere with each part labeled. That way you know what to plug in for each component. So when I'm finding the volume of the cone, it looks very similar to the volume of a cylinder. So we still have the same labels as far as height, radius, pi. It's all similar to the volume of a cylinder. So V equals the height divided by 3. That's the only part that's different. And then we have times by pi times r squared. Now, if you were getting different numbers yesterday, it possibly was because you were using the pi button instead of 3.14. It doesn't matter which one you use. If you use the pi button, your answers will actually be a little bit more accurate because you're using a larger portion of the number of pi. Where if you use 3.14, you're going to have a little bit more error into it. But it doesn't matter to me which one you use because you're still getting within a few decimal points of the answer. So if you want to use 3.14, that's fine with me. If you have a pi button and you want to use that, that works too. Okay. So for today, I'm going to do a couple examples, and we're going to start with example 2. So on 2, we have a cone, and we're given the height of 28 millimeters. And the radius of my circle is 6 millimeters. So I can plug in what I know. I can find that the volume equals the height, 28, divided by 3, times it by pi, and I'm going to use 3.14, times it by the radius squared, so 6 squared. Right? And we know that 6 squared is actually 36, right? Because 6 times 6 is 36. So I can rewrite that as 36. And now I can just multiply it all out. And if I multiply this all out using 3.14, you will get that the volume is equal to 1,055. And if you round to the nearest tenth, you're actually going to get a 0 here. Millimeters cubed. Remember, units must be labeled, and you must have a cube there to signify that it is volume. If you use the pi button, or a larger decimal value of pi, you will actually get 1,055.6 millimeters cubed. So like I said, it doesn't matter to me if you use 3.14 or the pi button. You'll still get pretty close to your answer. But just know that if you use 3.14, this will be your answer. And if you use the pi button that might be on your calculator, you will get this answer. Okay? So either way, you're pretty close. And that's how you would do number 2. So on number 4, you're going to do the same exact thing. You're giving the height, you're giving the radius, you just don't have a picture to go with it. Okay. On number 3, if you look, it says diameter. Remember what we did yesterday. Diameter is twice the radius, right? So if you take the diameter, divide it by 2, you'll get to your radius. Okay. And then 5 and 6, those are those composite shapes where you have to find multiple volumes and add them together. Okay, so like on number 5, you're giving the cylinder on the bottom part and a cone on the top part. So you have to find the volume of the cylinder and add it to the volume of the cone, and then that will give you your answer. Okay, so you have both of those formulas and you know how to find them. Okay, but notice one little trick here. This 10 is the diameter, so you'll need to find the radius from that point. Same thing with number 6, you're given 2 cones, so you'll need to find the volume of one cone and add it to the volume of the other cone. Okay? If you have any questions, or if something comes up that's a little bit tricky, email me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Um, Tomorrow we'll do volume of spheres. I know that Alex quiz is up, but please, you don't need to worry about that right now until we've done all three of the volume assignments, and then you can take the quiz. I had a couple people try to take it already, and they might have struggled with it, but that's okay. I mean, if you want to take it early, that's fine, but my suggestion is to wait until we've done this a couple times and done the assignments. That way you're making sure that you're ready. Okay? So I hope everybody's doing well, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks.